Hello, everybody. I'm delighted to welcome today Anna Lowenstein to Enigma Day. Anna, without further ado, do you have a tune for us?
Hi. Yeah, thanks for having me. Such a pleasure and an honor to be part of this project. Um, so I thought for to start off with the niggin for the day, I'd go with number 78. Um, and I'll just play it and then talk about maybe why I thought this would be a good one to start off with.
Yay, great fun.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a really great tune. And I thought it's almost like an absolute quintessential niggin. It's like just really beautiful in its simplicity and kind of simple in its beauty. Um, and I think, because niggunim are meant for community singing in a way. So their simplicity isn't an accident. I think like because they go round and round and round, and by the end, everyone should know it. So this one, it's like it's completely symmetrical. It's a 4 bar phrase and then an 8 bar phrase and then a 4 bar phrase. Um, doesn't really change key. You could play, this was all these are all songs to be sung unaccompanied, but like when I was kind of playing around harmonizing it, you can pretty much play one chord. There's only one place where you really have to change chord, um, and it's just it's got that really um, characteristic like conversation in it built into it. So like the first phrase, it's a question, and then by the repeat, it's the answer. And then the second phrase is like it's the develop. It's almost like you can hear the two people arguing, and you know, one thing we all know about Judaism is that it loves an argument. So this is this is the second phrase is kind of the development of that. It's like you did this, and then you did this, and then you did this, and you did this, and the phrases sort of mirror each other, and then by the end, it's got a kind of resolution. So, yeah, I thought that was a really like great example of just like a totally classic niggin. Um,
Absolutely. I wonder, is there any background to that one that we had? Because Musa Bolin said he knows it as the Breslava Niggin. So I wondered if that
yeah.
corresponds with
Um,
background info. I was just going to see if I could find it, but
well, actually, I think in the spreadsheet, it's kind of it said didn't have much information about it. But I noticed today there was a little wiggly line and then the number 145 next to it. And then I looked up on your immense spreadsheet and it said to pair it with number 145 in the instrumental book. So I dug out my Bible, and it's very similar. Shall I play it? So yeah, this is an instrumental pairing that goes with that first one, number 78 from the Tish-Nigunim collection. This one's marked much faster than the sung version, but that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So yeah, this is its kind of instrumental brother. So it goes like this. Yeah, so they've got the same, although that one seems to start with the B section of the Niguin.
There's just been a request if you can speak a little bit louder.
Yes, I can. I can turn my little mic up. Is that any better? Oh, it's my mum. Classic. Okay, so I thought I'd just play it, the next one, and then maybe think about or talk about some things that this project's been making me think about while I've been sort of practicing and being in lockdown. So this is number 44, and I think it's a Freylekhs nigun. It's marked incredibly slowly at crotchet equals 54, and I played it at that speed, and it kind of didn't scan instrumentally. It works when you sing it at that speed, but for me, I wasn't quite making it work that slowly. It's also like, yeah, I mean, it's marked within a meter, but my instinct was to play it sort of unmetered with pauses and kind of free time. So I think I'm going to do a bit of both. So this is number 44.
That's a gorgeous one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, so simple. Like it has a range of a fifth. So I mean, that's clearly singing, but like there are just these little um, kind of very economical um, chunks of melody that kind of wind around themselves and say so much.
Mm.
Um, and I think that's when I've been thinking about this project, I've been thinking a lot about the kind of the medium of Nigunim and what they mean and how they're sung and the context they're sung in, um, and there's something really powerful and special about their kind of non-verbal, um, the sort of their songs without words, and I think for me that immediately makes me think of sort of access to music, and because these are songs designed to be sung together, well, not designed, but like their function is to bring people together and then people in their individual relationship closer to God if it's like sung in a religious context. But I think there's something really fundamental about the wanting to come together with people to sing and to use your voice to express something. And I think the lack of words in this brings a kind of an access to that expression, which is really unique and really profound. And it was making me think a lot about like, because we were talking before, like I do a lot of teaching, and I work a lot with kids with special needs, and a lot of what our work is to find the kind of the intentional quality of our music making, and we do that by we use sort of lots of different techniques, but one of them is to sort of mirror each other, mirror what our students are doing. And a lot of the time, like you start to notice when someone is kind of vocalizing with an intention and with an expressive quality, especially when you like get to know your students and that kind of thing, you really notice the difference between when someone is expressing something, even if it's, you know, if it's kind of it's non-verbal noise, the kind of the expressive quality is there, and that's what we look for. And I think with Nigunim, that's in almost like every single note. It's they're kind of these amazing expressions of a huge range of feeling. And actually, like in that introduction to that you so cleverly translated from the Russian, Beregovski talks about that, and the kind of the huge range of expression that's in these songs. And he talks about I was interesting like reading it this morning about like the modes that are used, and each mode has a very particular expressive quality. And he said that like the natural minor, which is what that last one was in, G natural minor, has a huge emotional content. And he said that the reason that he calls it Alta Dorian, which I think for us is Misha Baruch, is that right? The reason that that's not used is because it's almost too sad, and he wanted to, I don't know, he was drawing attention to the kind of, it's too obvious a mode to express sadness, and there's subtlety in all of these tunes, which I don't know, are so deeply expressive for me anyway. That's kind of what I've been thinking about a lot in terms of these nigun. Has anyone got any comments, questions, argument?
There was one comment on one question. The comment was from Musa Berlin. He said it reminds him of a Chabad Nigun.
Mm-hmm.
And Grace Ann wants to know, was that number 44, did you say?
Yes, it was number 44.
I think she's one of the subscribers. When I produce the sheet, she might be going to look at that one a little more closely, perhaps. So.
Yeah, it's incredible. So simple, and yeah, it says so much. It's, yeah, really amazing. All right, if no one's got anything to say, unusually, I'll play another one. So this is number 7. It's a Tish-Nigunim. And it was, I was watching Alicia Spiegel's version of this. She's a great hero of mine and a teacher, and I was really pleased to hear that she had the same experience to me as finding a lot of these very ambiguous in terms of like what harmony you would put it with. And this one particularly, like, it puzzled me quite a lot. I kind of figured out something that I like eventually, and there's, you know, again, one of the great things about these tunes is that they're so simple, they're open to huge amounts of interpretation, but it was nice to hear that I wasn't just me being really thick, that it was actually like, oh no, these are ambiguous in terms of their harmony and what they're implying, and I guess that's again the nature of like unaccompanied singing music. But anyway, this is a Tish-Nigunim, so for the table, number 7.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's great. All of these, it's been such a thrill to be like working on these for the last few days. That one is kind of interesting. It has no repeats marked, and it has a B C B structure. And one of my favorite facts that I learned at Weimar last year was that part of the reason, or it's thought maybe that one of the reasons that a lot of tunes follow that structure A B C B is because it mirrors the spelling of Yahweh in Hebrew letters. The second and the fourth letter are the same. So this structure with the second and the fourth section repeating is apparently a bit of that. So yeah.
That one's a song as well, actually. I know it as a song with words. Is anybody, Rachel, do you know what that song's called?
Sandra here, it's Menucha V'Simcha.
Ah, okay.
Menucha v'simcha or Yehudim, whatever. It's a Shabbos song.
Ah, where are you?
I've got a little wave of applause from Saul the baby there. Shout out to Saul Lowenstein, who's live on Zoom.
Thanks for that, Sandra. Right. I was going to ask you actually about the other project we were just talking about. That I think Lisa Gutkin's here, who's the composer of the project, just working on, which had to be terminated before its time. Do you want to say a little something about that?
Yeah. So me and Merlin Shepherd and Josh Middleton, amazing accordionist, were about to start. We'd done 2 previews of a run of the show at the Menier Chocolate Factory, which was an incredible piece of theatre and also an amazing score to learn and work with by Lisa, who I can't see, but apparently she's here. So hi Lisa. Yeah, by Lisa Gutkin. And it's a really amazing story of a Yiddish play that was written in the 1906, I think, by a Yiddish playwright called Sholem Ash. And the story was about a relationship between the daughter of a brothel owner and one of the prostitutes. And it toured around Europe in Yiddish, and it went to America, was on the Yiddish stage, and then got to Broadway, was translated into English, got to Broadway, and then the whole cast, the production was shut down and the whole cast was arrested and charged with indecency because it was about this relationship between 2 women. And it was kind of the story of the people who were involved in that production, but also the story of, you got little snippets of the play, and that we were an on stage in costume band playing this incredible score, and yeah, unfortunately Corona got in the way, so hopefully we'll have a run of it at some point, which if you're in London, you know, if and when we can go to the theatre, do come and see it, because it's an incredible piece of work.
What's it called again?
Indecent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we'll have to hope that these things do get rescheduled and they get the runs that they were supposed to have.
Yeah.
Any more questions at this point? Yes, Joe wants to see it. Everybody wants to be kept posted. Lisa even came over for the premiere, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, she did, and gave us lots of great insights into how to kind of bring her music really to life. It was a really amazing experience to be part of the rehearsal, and it's a Paula Vogel, the playwright, has just managed, a bit like Nigunim, you know, like the incredible economy of the way that she's telling the story is a real feat, because the actors are changing character and changing like country every scene, and she manages to put this story across in a totally comprehensive and clear way, even though there's a baffling amount of information to be taken in.
Oh, incredible. Well, the only response to that is, can we have another tune, please?
Yes. This is the last one, I think. And this, I looked up in your spreadsheet, comes from the Braslav Hasidim. Excuse my terrible pronunciation. So this was the only one that had a lot of information about it, I think. Number 113. It's marked as a Freylekhs, and I knew this tune, I think. I think it's a favourite on the UK, on the London Klezmer jam scene. So yeah, it was nice to be familiar with it. So this is a Ukrainian Freylekhs, and it's got a 13 and a 13A, which the sections are pretty similar, but I'll play both of them.
I noticed that I think there was a recording of that one. Is that right? Did you get a chance to listen to that?
No, were the recordings around? Are they linked to the spreadsheet?
Well, not very many of them. I think that was one that had in the spreadsheet there was a little thing
brilliant.
possibly, but I might have read the wrong one.
Well,
I did him singing in the background somewhere apparently, possibly. Great, that was fantastic. Well, I can't see any more questions. Anybody? No, they're just all looking forward to seeing you live on stage as soon as possible, it looks like.
All the comments are about the flawed theatre production. More.
Says Richard. Well, you may have run out of Nigunim, but maybe you could play something else too as a last number. Have you got?
Ooh, yeah, I suppose. Oh, well, on my stand, I've actually got some more I've got some Nigunim that I learnt in Weimar from Marilyn Lerner last year. Could play one of those.
Well, if you feel like it, we wouldn't say no.
All right, this is a beautiful 1-in-3. Yeah, I think it's from the instrumental collection rather than the vocal one. But yeah, here we go.
Lovely, thanks so much, Anna. That's fantastic. Great afternoon, Nigunim. Let's see if we can see everybody have a little applaud.
Thank you.